Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy in another round. And I thought we might just do another priority assignment. Why not? Hopefully the assignment won't be... Well, first of all, we only have one request remaining. So after that, for a certain amount of time, I think a week or so, we are done. We can't do that. But I actually would not like to go into the random. I would like to have, well, let's go with the Occult Siege. A covered base belonging to the Holy Orders is under attack by a force of Chaos Space Marines and cultists. The base is the site of a critical order experiment and must be protected at all costs. It is now your holy duty to repel or destroy the attackers. Organize the defense of Outpost Lacrima. Okay, requesting. You already have an unfinished assignment. Okay, that's too bad. Then we will go on with that one. Sorry. We will maybe do that in a later episode. So, Inquisitor transport hubs recorded a high number of biometric false alarms on this world, a sign of a large-scale clandestine infiltration under false identities. Some see this as confirmation of long-held suspicions of an anti-imperial cult. These suspicions must be verified, investigated, and root out the major threats, confirm the presence of a major cult. At the moment, we only have indirect close advice utilizing some locally available resources to gain additional information. So we could have agents pose as wealthy collectors of heretical artifacts, order local forces to execute blanket searches, order strict curfew with blanket searches. Let's go with that one. And briefing. Primarily investigation log. Day 1 acquired specialized surveillance equipment calibrated for local atmospheric conditions. We suffered a comms breakdown. Maulbox and astropathic scatter went dead for hours. Sedative measures were applied to the astropathic detail. An astropathic transcription station was purged, losing fresh investigation data before exploding. Minor progress only. So next step, case update. Unfortunately, we are struggling to find relative leads. In the meantime, there's an unrelated case that requires inquisitorial action. Minor case, non-sanctioned psyker is hiding amongst Astro-Militarium deserters. Alright, then I guess we are now coming to the mission screen. We can choose some cards, or maybe not, but anyhow. So I go, critical hit chunks increase, go with the Guardsman, and the case unsanctioned Psyker on Degenberg. Oh my goodness, Psychophant network has reported a potent unsanctioned Psycho. The mutant is heightened in a desolate region, puppeteering a band of Imperial deserters. Orders attack the deserters to distract the Psyker while an apprehension team is being inserted.
Between the stars, the ancient unseen enemies of mankind wait and hunger. Be strong and give them no quarter.
Will do. It's actually quite cool since we are playing a Purge, and this power rating should not be the biggest of proclaimers, but what is very, very cool now, I think is very, very ideal with the Guardsmen. So we now have, of course, some robots which are helping out a lot, so we are practically not really being hit, and the good part is through the Guardsmen we have bonus DPS available, although you can of course argue 2000 credits might be much, but in the end we have so many credits flying around, so that should be no problem at all. Actually, very, very good. On it goes. So, okay, I for 1 second thought we already have lost 2 Guardsmen, but no. So this is very, very cool, I think. Something I tried to indicate before, that with all our robots being, or most of our robots being close combat guys, that is so cool that our guardsmen then can safely stay behind and not being attacked by any sort of threat here. That is quite cool. The only thing where we, or I, should be a little bit careful, of course, is when we go over mines. That, of course, could be, well, the certain death for our guardsmen, as we already see some mines here flying, or not flying around, but lying around on the ground. But they are luckily easily killed, and we need to summon new constructs. What I want to say is, of course, the Hellbrute might prove difficult, because in the end it has on one hand a charge, which is very uncool, because it could theoretically with that charge into the guardsman, and I don't know. Oh, guardsmen, please fall back. I don't know how much how they would survive a charge. Very good.
Their demise is your salvation, Inquisitor.
I thought that it would pose a, I thought the Hellbrute would be a little bit more of a threat, but obviously not. Very good for us. I, as you might have seen, have fear. I don't know, every time when I use guardsmen, or not use them when I have guardsmen support, whether it's through the assignment or through the random guardsmen found on the map. Sometimes there are certain events I'm always unwilling to let them die, so to say. I'm always afraid that they die and we lose the bonus DPS. Anyhow, that shall not be the point. The purge is nearly through. That's very good. Not too many enemies remain. Well, half of the enemies remain technically, but that shall not be the problem here. Okay, they just exploded. One. Okay, just an enforcer unbound, and a little chest with, well, supply, which we don't need, because basically I don't use our special, well, we don't have a, yeah, well, we don't have, actually we don't have any grenades anymore, because I'll use a wonderful thing which gives us another skill point, or skill slot, or summoning slot, to be very precise. I like that more. If you take a look to the skills, we not have 4, we have 5, and that is why, that is because of the, you know, that I switched the HE grenade to a skill slot. It makes, on the other hand, a little more sense, I think, because that enables us to summon more constructs. That's very good, and that is why we have 2 construct slots. Very good, very good. And on the other hand, of course, not so good, because I don't change the belt so often, because, you know, not every item technically has a plus skill on it. Very bad for, well, guys like me who have this loadout, or this weapon loadout. Anyhow, that shall not be the point. We, of course, need to open up this door. There are still a couple of enemies inside, and I maybe should focus on the champions. So they are gone. Very good. Another enforcer down as well. And the last room, I suppose there's going to be a bigger enemy inside here as well. That, of course, would be very climactically cool, I think. But you can't change it if not. So I'm focusing on the trap rocket, because it actually has AoE damage, and those rockets landing in our constructs ain't that good. But there's another one. Okay, crap. So take it down. Gone it is. Nice. And, well, I liked, actually, not the last room, but the, well, second last room. So what I think is actually quite funny, there is a tarot card, which, whatever that was, which technically lets there where all enemies are possessed, and so I have a certain percentage chance that if you kill it, that a demon spawns. What I think is quite funny that those, for example, trap bolters.
The battle is swinging our way. One last push and the victory is ours.
Or trap rockets are actually spawning enemies as well, which I think is very weird, because, you know, possession practically mostly should be on living things and not on technical things. I know there's something like the Dark Mechanicum, yada yada yada, the Machine Spirit, all that good jazz, but I think they should not spawn demons, in my humble mind. Okay, Road Bearer is my focus. Very good that your bots here, the constructs, are actually not always focusing on the same target as you.
For the Emperor.
You serve the Emperor well, Inquisitor.
Okay, I thought there might be a chest, but no, that is too bad. So, what is remaining? What we still are going to do is take one look at the items we have received, and there should be a debriefing. So, post-action report. The Imperial deserters are all dead, and Psyker is in order custody. The subject is under evaluation for possible employment. Operation successful. Case transfer notice reverting back to main investigation. A new lead was discovered. Case update. Cross-examination of public data revealed an influx of heretical literature in a habitat center. Okay, there we will go on the next episode. Guys, that right now practically actually leads us to the end of this episode. And you know it, I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed this episode, then please guys give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day, stay frosty, bye.